Back to the jigsaw theory. A lot of little pieces end up painting a big picture. With luck. Might take some hacking, but we might be able to grab enough to start a line on this guy. Worth a try, Bell agreed. Run with it. For his part, the birth announcement had come as a happy surprise to Ibrahim. Hidden within the seemingly innocuous language were 3 messages. His part of Lotus was moving to the next phase. Communication protocols were changing, and a courier was en route. It was late afternoon in Paris, and the city bustled with rush hour traffic. The weather was pleasant. Tourists were coming back, from America, to the commercial pleasure and philosophical discontent of Parisians, to taste the food and wine and see what sights there were. So many came by train from London now, but you couldn't tell from their clothing. The taxi drivers hustled their fares around, giving informal lessons on pronunciation along the way, and grumbling at the size of their tips. At least Americans understood about tipping, while most Europeans did not. Ibrahim Saleh al-Adem was fully acclimated. His French was sufficiently perfect that Parisians had trouble fixing his accent, and he walked about like any other local, not gawping about like a monkey in a zoo. It was, oddly, the women who most offended him. So proudly they pranced about in their fashionable clothes, often with lovely and expensive leather bags dangling from their hands, but usually with comfortable walking shoes, because people walked here more often than they rode. The better to parade their pride, he thought. He'd had a routine day at work, mostly selling movie videos and DVDs, mainly of American films dubbed in French or with subtitles, which allowed his business clients to try out the English skills they'd learned in school. Much as the French disdained America, a movie was a movie, and the French loved the cinema more than most nationalities. So tomorrow he would begin assembling the team and begin actual mission planning, something more easily discussed over a dinner table than actually accomplished. But he'd considered that, albeit in the private confines of his flat and not actually in the field. Some of that could be done here, over the internet, but only in broad terms. The particulars of their target could be assessed only once they were on the ground, but homework here would save them precious time in the future. Some of the logistical pieces were already in place, and so far their informant at the facility had proven steady and reliable. What did he need for the mission? A few people. Believers, all. 4. No more than that. One needed expertise with explosives. Untraceable automobiles. No problem there, of course. Good language skills. They had to look the part, which wouldn't be hard given the target's location. Few people could discern the subtleties of skin color, and he spoke English without much accent, so that wouldn't present a problem either. Most of all, though, each member of his team had to be a true believer. Willing to die. Willing to kill. It was easy for outsiders to think that the former was more important than the latter, but while there were many willing to throw their lives away, it was far more useful to discard your life only for something to advance the cause. They thought of themselves as holy warriors, and sought after their 72 virgins, but were in fact young people with few prospects, to whom religion was the path to greatness they would otherwise never achieve. It was remarkable that they were too stupid even to see that, but that was why he was the leader, and they the followers. Even if she had not been to the motel before, she would have had little trouble finding him, sitting beside what the town of Beatty optimistically